Good afternoon, traders. How we doing out there? Let's go ahead. Let's dive on into today's show. Ready to go ahead and take a look at what's going on out there. Looks like the rallying continuing here at the present moment. Will we continue in the rally? Let's take a look. Welcome to At the Close. If my video wants to start. There.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
All right, looks like we are still holding on here. Anyone short this market needs a head scan, says Bean and Rice. Well, I mean, especially with this market, I mean, how could you say short? Who would be short in this market? Let's take a look at the action that we got today and see what Joel saw on out there. And just a heads up, you are on the mute. You're on the mute button.
And I'm off the mute. 4,300, here we come. Right back where we started from. Actually, we started at 4,800, so we still got 500 handles to go. Pre-market traders, they got it all wrong. That pre-market low, 42.49, nothing there. We bottomed a couple ticks off that 9:30 a.m. opening. Had one or two minor head fakes, but right around noon, the noon balloon, we started chucking. We're over 4,300. Couple highs in this area, so I don't know if they can press it through there today. The ultimate of the highs is 0550. That was a double top from April 26th and April 28th. I got that as a 4-star. So 4.5 handles away. Crude, we talked about, man, it was just down too much. Rally back, make people crazy. Yep, only down 279 at 89.30. Gold unable to recover, still down 19.30 at 1796.20. Silver in the red by 47 cents at 26.23. Bitcoin did get up to 25K, back at 24K, down 225, 24,015. And Ethereum futures, they're in the red too, 41.50 at 1891.50.
All right, where to start in this market? It looks like we've, of course, continued the strength. No turnaround today. So I think everyone's on watch now. When does the turnaround come? Can we keep going towards the upside? I'm going to say we're definitely getting to that point where the extension has reached its point of I think right now it's an important spot because above the 430s, what do you run into? You run into the SMA 200 moving average. That's one level that I've been watching clearly on the SPY. Getting on up there would definitely turn around all the bears, I think, as if you got back up there technically wise, we would be in bullish territory for the SPY. It's close here. It's at 431.71. For me, what's going to call it, I'm going to go ahead and say that today's a top here, and I'm going to go out on a limb. Reason why, I've talked about the RSI daily. Now we're above those extreme RSIs for me on the SPY. Does it mean it has to happen tomorrow? No, but it does give me the signs that, yes, we're past that overbought level. Now we could see a turnaround. So we're going to start seeing if there's some profit taking here towards the close.
Couldn't disagree with you more.
All right, we're gonna have to see.
That's what it's about. I can't call today the top. Okay. Just like I can't call Friday the top. When you make a new high, right, and when you improve on the closing high of the move, we're gonna improve on it by 23 handles here. We closed at 81. Right now, 20 plus handles. I can say, undoubtedly, I can't just say today's the top. Of course, you could come in with some macro event and knock it off its keister. But, we've had a big run. You had the Friday high for the week, the Friday close high for the week, and you had follow through on Monday. all
Yeah.
the way into options expiration. So if we consolidated a few days here and put a couple lows in the same area, maybe have an inside day, then maybe. But right now, there's just, it's just too hard. It's just too hard to try and call the top, and it's too expensive. And it did. Tim talked about Wednesday's options. They're juicing them, and then the following Monday. But that's where we're at. We'll do our levels. It's open on the S&P. We're through the 50%. Stocks are strong. You get Walmart earnings tomorrow. Get some earnings that maybe turn things around. But not wait for that China rug pull yet.
Not yet,
That's the
that's for
thing.
sure.
That's the thing. I think we've turned and we've turned north. But you know what? And anything. You're coming down 50 handles tomorrow. It was nice the way the Bears had control in the pre-market. Like, okay, we got that. We're gonna protect. And then the Bulls came in off that opening bell. So I'd love to see it close over 4,300. We know where the level's at. Still only a 50-point range. So if we really get hopping, I got a target up here a little bit more closer to 43.20. But we'll see. There's the people like if we ever get back to 4,300 again, I'm lighting it up, and I think that's what you're seeing here at this time.
We'll see what happens there, and definitely Walmart will be big after the close. We'll take a look at Walmart to take a quick look how it traded today. I saw it trading on up there. It looks like it
Yeah.
wants to get back towards 135. Talked about that level. I'm wondering if we get into that shadow zone above. That's above the 137.44 there to the left-hand side. Wondering if we can get in there with the earnings.
I have never seen a stock have so much bad news, come out with more bad news, rebound. It's like the street. It's just not taking them seriously, right? They
Mhm.
warned, they're cutting jobs, they'll come out again. They have a lower bar to clear. I mean, if it just blew it away and then gap back up, that would just be, befuddle most investors. But
Yeah.
you got a lot of room here. If it starts to go north, the highest we've had, the high off the rebound is 134.23. We didn't quite get there today. You take that out, man, the sky's the limit here. You get into this big red bar. That high was 137.44. And then boom, opens up to 146.46. So they've set a low bar for themselves. And let's see if they can clear it.
We'll see if they're able to clear on out. Now, one area that got an interesting intraday news was Disney. Disney getting news today as Daniel Loeb's Third Point has taken a new stake in Disney, pushing for the entertainment giant to go ESPN, spin off that ESPN. That's what they're trying to do here. A lot of this coming with, and how he states here, it would give ESPN greater flexibility to pursue business initiatives that may be difficult as part of Disney, such as, let's say, sports betting. Of course, Disney is making more money from cable subscribers than anything else. Reasoning of this is because of ESPN, right? Almost everybody wants to have access to ESPN. And Disney requires pay TV providers to include ESPN as a part of their most popular cable packages. This is the reason why I think, Disney hasn't spun off ESPN. And then there's also the question of sports betting. Could that help ESPN as if it was a separate entity, of course, spun off from Disney? What do you think here, Joel?
I think that this guy Dan Loeb is one sharp cookie, right? Because look at the timing of this. Not so much what he's doing with ESPN, but you had to gap and go, right? Everyone missed it. Everyone except for Triple D, who is averaging down since 150. You get the gap, and then and this is I have to say this is one of the few times when I wrote an article. I wrote an article about this on Friday that I just wasn't like, okay, we're gonna fill the gap. And I really like that bar on Friday. Even though it didn't make a new high for the move, it was just a strong bar. It didn't get anywhere near the previous day's low. and it just kept on trucking. And then now, whoever was spooked and still short and holding on, low comes in with the news, new high for the move. I will say, and just going back because it's just where it falls on the chart. What's going to happen here? What is going to happen at this 125 area? This was the area, boom, right here, 120. It's actually not even 125. It's 126.45 and 127.35, and then even a little gap under there. So going strong. You got to imagine, since we haven't been up to 125 in ages, that there could be some institutional paper there. But what I said in an article is, why don't you just wait to see if it tries to come down and fill the gap? And so far, it's getting farther and farther away from that gap and go. And a good day. Thanks, Mr. Lowe. We're losing 40. We're trying to lose 4,300 here. Mitch trying to call the top in the futures. We backed off about 4 handles. Still a good day, but that's the house of mouse for you.
Yeah, we'll keep watching to see if there's ever real talk of the spinoff. One thing that I thought was interesting that was mentioned also is that Comcast has an agreement to sell 33% stake in Hulu to Disney in 2 years. So you never know if that happens or not. Will they sell the stake back to Disney? I don't know. Maybe they have that agreement. Comcast and Disney could stick to Hulu, Disney Plus, and then separate ESPN. Would be interesting. Of course, I think that the battle there of Disney making more money from cable subscribers than any other company might keep them out from doing this, but we'll see what happens. Does Disney look attractive if ESPN wasn't there? That's what I think you got to ask yourself. Let's keep going. Let's go to Unity here. Unity rejecting that unsolicited takeover from AppLovin. Said, not loving that app, but definitely sending that back here, but falling off of that. Of course, this one's been up big recently, so I wouldn't pay too close attention to that drop today, that it was on the news, but definitely it's turning around after having a really nice couple of weeks.
You got to pause. You got the double top at 58.50. You're backing off today. Very convoluted deal. I don't disagree with them. Part this, part that. But right now, what you want to do, what the bulls want to see, is you got a pair of matching lows at 53.43 and 53.75. Let's hang out here a couple more days. Let's build a little base here at the 53.5, 54 area, and then launch it through 58.5. So not a bad news. The other thing too is when if there's someone kicking the tires, right? That means that there maybe be some interest. Maybe they'll come back with a better offer, or maybe some other companies will. But backed off, working on a big green candle for the month. But you got to get absolutely got to get to 58.50. You also had the high close for the move right in that area at 58.47. Couldn't quite get there today. 57.03 is your high, but you have your bogey if you want to see. It's even good for a line here. Do we have anything lining up? Nah, nothing else, babe. But keep on 58.50. That's your number for the week. Unity Software, letter U.
Yeah, they still have the combination with Iron Source. So that's going to be the one that takes place here. And so if you wanted to watch that, that's IS is the ticker with that and Unity. So they're not taking the takeover with AppLovin. They will join forces right now, it looks like, with Iron Source. And that's why you're probably seeing that spike that came in the pre-market where it spiked there towards the 460s. Now giving up some of that. Roblox, I saw mentioned in the chat there.
What do you think,
take a quick
Mitch?
look. To me, this is just a matter of just these growth stocks that are in ARKK and have taken a nice run, like Snow, Roblox, Unity, all of these kind of in the same boat. Now, I will say that Roblox and Snow held up today. Roblox, Unity coming down. I say keep your eyes on that Snow. If Snow turns around also, I think you'll start seeing them all just get hit. And these are the software names, right? A lot of these software application names were some of the ones that you saw mentioned by Tim Quast this morning when he started talking about Asana and stocks like that were high. He talked about Snow also showing up there. So these were the ones that he called at a 10 that could start coming back down. So keep your eyes on these. Snow was a part of that. Asana was a part of that. So I'm going to keep my eye on that Snow. Once Snow turns around, I definitely think you'll see more of those application stocks continuing to hit on the downturn. The question is, will the buy the dippers come in and at what levels?
Well, I'll tell you right now, I don't think you can really get excited about the downside here until you convincingly break this 48.50. Now, you did have 3 lows in the area over the last 3 sessions, and you are compressing in on the lower closes there, right? So there's a chance. If you take out that 58.50, then I like it. You get in an air pocket there. But if the Bulls can maintain that level, get it back above, I wouldn't even say 52.15 because that's the high for today. But even if it gets back above 51.15, you got to focus on the high close of the move. That comes in at 51.15. So 48 and a half, 51.15. There's your bogeys for the breakdown or to prove that we want to go back to 53.88. So I hope that helps you out, Seabass 8A13. That sounds like a robotic name.
We'll get off the bots. Don't worry. We'll get out of the bots. Let's take a look here at Moderna. I wanted to take a look. You want to see the snap gap fill?
Yeah, just someone said Snap doing good today.
I can't blame you. It's trying to fill that gap, but I don't think there's a catalyst. I am watching that gap fill. It's probably one of the biggest gap fills that we could possibly have out there.
Sean
The question
called this
is,
one
will
out.
it come back, or will it pull like the same chart? If you look to the left, will it do the same thing? Like start coming back up, get into the gap, and all of a sudden, shapow, right back down. And so I don't know about that Snap move, and I just don't like their business. I really don't like Snap's business moving forward. TikTok coming at it hard, regulation coming at it hard. It just doesn't seem to me like something I want to be a part of.
Yeah, Sean got this one right. The kitchen sink, bad 2 times, and then kind of exactly what he said: 2 capitulatory moves lower and a rebound. And that was a while ago that we had him on discussing it here. So good call, Sean. If you're listening, that's one of your good calls. We know you make some bad calls too, but that's one of your good ones here. Moving up nicely today, up 73 cents, 6.2%.
Braver than me on that Snap call, I'll tell you that much.
You know what I think of all that stuff, but you can't argue. Price don't lie.
I can't argue that. Let's go back to some biotech here. So biotech not having a bad day, bouncing back, has stayed strong. We had a moment of weakness there, but has stayed strong overall. Moderna shares here getting some lift after the UK approved Moderna's updated COVID-19 vaccine. The dual vaccine, of course, targets both the original virus and the newer variant, and expected to be available for adults as boosters in the fall here, and getting some lift. Interesting lift here. It did come back here towards the 171. We were watching this when it was trading in the 160s. It gave a nice lift off of that earnings. Now what here?
Now it's decision time. I mean, hard to get excited about, these vaccines, this late in stage. But you got to prove you can get through 180. If you don't get through 180 here soon, I think you roll over. Conversely, if you're holding 170 here, look at this, 3-4 lows in the same area. So there, you're winding up. So you hold this 169.5, you're 170, boom, you punch through 180, you take a look at 190. But you're getting, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-day trading range, kind of pressing up near the upper end of the trading range. So you got a good trade. If you can be able to be nimble. If you're shorting it up towards that 180, you got to let it go. If it gets back through 180, and I don't look for a big breakdown until you take out those cluster of lows. It's actually not as pretty as I thought. It's really 168.5 to 171. But hey, Let's just make it easy. Let's call it 170.
All right, another one in biotech that is an interesting monthly chart and had a really great day. That's why I want to ask Joel. I think he does really well with longer term charts. Is Gilead Science.
Oh, the Gilster.
Interesting chart for me. It's standing out
Wow.
to the bull side for me, but I have to ask Joel what he sees there.
Is there news on it today? That's a
Yeah,
huge
there
move.
is. There is news. I'll pull up the news right now, and I'll get you that right
Wow.
now. But it's an interesting move here. What do you see on the technicals, at least?
See, like a gap and go. They love the news. You gapped up. Everyone's like, okay, this is going to be Gilead. It's going to go back down. It's going to go back down to 62 all day long. I'll be able to buy this at 62, and they did it, and they caught people. So I'm. This is kind of like the Disney move, you know. You can't really fade it, right? This stock has just been such a massive underperformer. People are probably piling it. I think it has a low PE, whatever the news was, pressing up near the highs of the session. I mean, over double the volume from Friday on a big up move. I don't think you can fade it, at least not yet. What the Bulls would want to see after a big update like this is just hang out. You don't have to necessarily bust through 66.30, but give me some lows, 65 and a half, 64 and a half, 65. Build another little base, but that's a big move, and I'm not faded at Gilead, especially since the thing has been such a dog for so long that every dog has their day. So wow, that's a big move, and I think also a lot of people probably got lazy off the open. So yeah, this is Gilead. This thing always comes in, right? No,
Yeah, looks
no,
like an
not today. Not today. Not It didn't come in today. So you can always keep an eye on the high from today. It's still 66.30, 66.07. See where it closes. I think before this turns, it will give you a couple, like maybe get a little. See how you had the little double bottom here, the double hook, and then it went up. See if
Mhm.
you way to get a double top. But wow, that's a man. I don't think Gilead's moved up $3 since like COVID. I remember it having news like that in a long time, and it was usually faded.
There's very rare charts I'll look back to in the quarterlies, and I can say at least that looks like as good at the bottom as it gets there at 60. So I don't know. I might take a little bit of a swing position in this one. I'll let you guys know if I do take some in this. I would never take this, but sometimes the charts just speak to me, and it feels like this one's speaking to me. Of course, this is coming after breast cancer patients improved significantly overall survival rate with pre-treated HR plus and HR2. So a lot to talk. I would have to refer to Joel to give me some medical background on this one.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to take a look into Gilead, see what's going on here. Maybe I'll see if
Yeah,
Joel can do some research for us
I
on
can't.
that.
I can't. I'll talk to the missus about this one. I know we
Hmm.
have it in a couple portfolios. I'm sure at higher prices, because she's always optimistic about these
Hey,
companies.
who knows? Maybe
So
it's time
the
to
only
dip our
thing is
toes
like,
in it.
yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say is, let it go, let it run until at least you get a double top and a couple consolidations. Rustical is asking me about my indicators. You show up Thursday at noon, and I'll have a whole PowerPoint on what I'm looking at, other than the actual price, and give you a little bit of introduction to my technical analysis. But it's nothing fancy. Spoozer, maybe we got some selling balances here. People are just saying 4,300. Are you kidding me? I gotta sell at 4,300. I did notice we stuck up to 0475. So I'm sure I got nothing done at 05 and a half. Unless you probably had a buy stop there, you probably would have gotten done. So a little bit of profit taking here coming into the close. And Gilead may have a decent dividend. But boy, if you're chasing it and you're going with this, use your daily pivot tomorrow or something, something else to get you out. Because I think after having a $3 up day, there's going to be a few shakeouts here. And who knows what the analysts are going to, the crazy analysts are going to, some guy's going to come out tomorrow with a $75 price target. That's just a theoretical. So, big move, pressing up with the guy against the highs. Gilead getting a lot of time here on at the close.
All right. I will mention if you do have, just going to bring you news because I know it came really quickly there. I don't even think too many people are trading it, but Warner Brothers is falling here, following news of cutting 14% of the staff for HBO Max. It's only 70 jobs, but these costs, of course, are coming in casting, acquisition, and reality TV departments. And so, what does this show me? Exclusive content is being cut here. And so that's where the cuts are being made, and the exclusive contents for HBO Max. And I think they're just trying to figure out what's the strategy here moving forward.
Yeah, so far another blunder by AT&T. Another attempt to revamp the company, and nothing works.
All right. Well, the stock that didn't want to turn around today, and I felt like continued the rally, was Tesla. Really, I feel like this is really holding the market up. When we came down big, Tesla was coming down there to 600, 700, and look at the move that it's put in since that market low. Of course, we called that out being kind of early June, and look, since we've come since the 15th there. In Tesla alone, it's been a 41% move up in 2 months.
Boy, oh boy, I couldn't have given you anything to get long this one, because I would have said, on the higher open, wait for it to come back into, Friday's high at 90048. You didn't get that. As low as goes, you got his 0369. I would just take a breath here and see what happens. You are at the high of the move. 940.82, your high. 939.40, that was your high in yesterday's session. Now, what I'm going to do here, and what will be the key for me moving forward on this, will be the high close for the move, not necessarily the high. The high close for the move, 925.90. You never got a shot at that until today. Looks like you're going to close above that. Let's put in a little bit of a base here. I don't have no idea where the potential lows could be, but they had some news this morning, and we kind of glossed over. There's always news on Tesla, but once again, people leaning on that 900 short blew through it, and they never got a chance to bring it back in. So potential double top. We'll be keeping an eye on the closes for Tesla. Looks like we're going to get a new high close for the move by right around $2.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the split date 17th, and so that might be weighing into this run. We'll see what happens there in Tesla if it's running into the split. While we're at an EV check, the LAZR for self-driving been on a tear lately. Yeah, this is a lot to do with the Inflation Reduction Act. I've talked about how some of these plays have been coming on back. Look at that LAZR. This is my favorite one. I've held it before when we were in the 15s, and I was even up big at one point on this stock when you had that $20 pop. Eventually gave it all up and then broke even on this stock. It was a tough one to get to that point, but it is coming on back. A lot of the reason why I went in Lumineer was when they made a deal with NVIDIA for their technology, of course, with the LiDAR going into NVIDIA's car platform. So it's something that I want to keep watch.
Pause in the action. Failed at yesterday's high, 1135, 1122. Make it a new high close for the move. So I would look right instead of left. Can you make a couple more highs at 1070, 1080, and then press through that 1135 and work your way towards 12? But quiet day, really didn't give much back after having a good day and a good week. So a little bit of pause in the action, but keep an eye on those the exact pair of highs, 1122. Well, they're not exact, 1122 and 1135.
All right, just going to do a correction here there for Tesla. Tesla's stock split will receive, of course, shareholders will receive a dividend of 2 additional shares of common stock, and that's for August the 24th. Thank you there, Kalu. I know that you mentioned it first, but just wanted to check on there, so verified that. And that's it for us today, guys. Let's go ahead. Let's see the close here. What do we got?
New high close for the move. I didn't catch the VWAP of the last 30 seconds, so I can't give you your exact closing price. But it looks like a tad under 4,300, perhaps 4,298. So we did improve on that high close in the move by about 17 handles. That's the good thing. If the Bears will want to make a stand here overnight in that 4,300 handle, in order to give any kind of inkling that we got a short-term top in. But we'll be back tomorrow full force with Triple D, and we'll get his take on today's price action.
That we will. We'll go ahead and wrap on up. We'll see you guys like always tomorrow morning. I'll get Joel on out of here and pitch here, of course, the swing trading event that you guys don't want to miss on Thursday. Don't miss it. The intro to swing trading with PreMarket Prep, hosted by Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin, Dennis Dick, Rob Friesen. That's going to be the 18th from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss out, guys. $99 only. And if you want a discount, all you got to do is watch here, because it's for only people that watch. It's PMPP10. That way you guys get your discount. Don't miss that discount, and check this out. That's going to be Thursday, guys. Here's a little trailer for it, and then we'll get you on out of here. Hit the thumbs on up if you guys appreciated today's shows and action. We got into a lot. We talked on different stocks, and you guys saw Triple BY continuing. We'll talk about that one, I'm sure, with Dennis tomorrow. I'll see you guys. Hit the like before you get on out of here.
Are you tired of being sucked into momentum stocks just as the momentum turns the other way? Do you not have a big enough account or tired of the complexity for options trading? Well, join PreMarket Prep's introduction to swing trading. This is going to get me fired up. Learn event-driven trading, seasonality, sympathy trading, and you can stay on top with optimal hedging strategies. So welcome back, Spencer Israel, from the market hiatus, and learn along with him as he hones his trading and investing skills. August 18th, 12 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern. You think you learn a lot every day listening to PreMarket Prep? Learn how to become an investor that can survive the swings, ups and downs in this volatile environment.
I'll see you guys there. Hit the like.
Did you know nearly all stock price changes of 10% or more result from a single news headline? That's right. News headlines have a unique ability to drive stock prices up or down. These news catalysts create trading opportunities every day. All you need is a little help to reach out and take them. And if you're looking to grow your portfolio, it doesn't matter if your investment budget is small or big. An easy-to-read stream of news headlines will increase your opportunities to profit from price changes in the stock market, consolidate a knowledge-based investment strategy, and grow your portfolio. All you need is Benzinga Pro and its powerful news alerts, price tracking, and portfolio monitoring to make a positive change in your trading performance.